Welcome back to the channel. Rare Coins Collections. If you've ever wondered how a simple quarter can turn into a treasure, today's video is just for you. We're about to explore a coin that might be sitting quietly in your collection or even in your pocket change right now, the 1986 Washington Quarter. This seemingly ordinary coin has a fascinating story behind it and could be worth a lot more than you think. So stick around as we take a deep dive into why this quarter is so valuable and how much it could potentially fetch in today's market. The Washington Quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932, and it's one of the most recognized coins in the US. Today, we're focusing on the 1986 version, a coin that might not seem special at first glance. But like many coins in the world of numismatics, there's more to it than meets the eye. First, let's break down the design. On the obverse side, we see the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, this image has remained a symbol of American pride and history since the coin's debut in 1932. Surrounding Washington is the text, "Liberty," the coin's year of mintage, "In God We Trust," and a star-studded border that signifies the states of the Union. It's a design that stood the test of time, embodying the values and history of the United States. On the reverse, you'll find the eagle, which has been a consistent feature on the Washington Quarter since its inception. The eagle is holding an olive branch in one talon and a bundle of arrows in the other, symbolizing peace and strength. Above the eagle are the words, "United States of America," and below it you'll find, "E pluribus unum," the national motto that means, "Out of many, one." But what makes the 1986 Washington Quarter so valuable to collectors? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and some unique features that can significantly increase its worth. Most of the Washington Quarters from 1986 were produced in large quantities, so at first glance, it might seem like just another typical coin. However, what sets certain coins apart is their condition. As with many collectible items, the better the condition, the higher the value. A quarter that's been circulated heavily, scratched, or worn down over time isn't likely to fetch much, but a quarter in mint condition, well, that's a different story. In fact, it's the uncirculated versions of the 1986 Washington Quarter that attract the most attention from collectors. These coins were never used in circulation, meaning they retain their sharp details, glossy finish, and overall pristine condition. If you have a 1986 Washington Quarter that's been carefully stored and preserved, you're already looking at a significant increase in value compared to a regular, circulated coin. But that's not the only reason the 1986 Washington Quarter is so valuable. There are also rare versions of this coin with minting errors that can make them incredibly sought after by collectors. Errors during the minting process can cause interesting variations in the coin's design, such as off-center strikes, doubling, or other unique characteristics. These minting errors are rare, and if you happen to have one of these misprints in your possession, your coin could be worth far more than you imagined. In the case of the 1986 Washington Quarter, one error in particular that collectors are on the lookout for is the "No Mint Mark" variety. Most quarters minted in 1986 were made at the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints, but a small number of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. Since the mint mark was often omitted on some 1986 quarters, these specific coins are considered rare and highly desirable by collectors. If you come across one of these "No Mint Mark" quarters in pristine condition, it could be worth a pretty penny, far more than the regular quarters you find in your pocket change. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1986 Washington Quarter in today's market. If you have one in uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a minting error, you're sitting on a real gem. In fact, a single 1986 Washington Quarter in exceptional condition, especially with rare features, could be worth up to $65,000. Yes, you read that right, $65,000. It's truly incredible how a coin with a face value of just 25 cents could appreciate to such an astonishing amount when it's in the right condition or has a rare minting error. This goes to show that coin collecting isn't just about finding rare coins, it's about understanding the value of a coin's history, rarity, and condition. A 1986 Washington quarter that may seem like just another coin to the average person could be a valuable piece of numismatic history in the eyes of a collector. Whether it's an era coin, an uncirculated gem, or simply a rare variety, coins like these have the potential to fetch impressive amounts of money. If you think you might have a 1986 Washington quarter that could be worth something special, it's worth having it examined by a professional numismatist or a reputable coin dealer. They'll be able to help you determine its true value and whether it holds any rare features or errors that could significantly increase its worth. So, the next time you come across a 1986 Washington quarter, take a moment to check its condition and look for any potential minting errors. It could be the start of a major discovery, and you might just be holding on to something worth thousands of dollars. Today, we have something truly special to talk about. A coin that might be hiding in your collection or even your pocket change right now, the 1983 Washington quarter dollar. You might be thinking, it's just another quarter, right? But as any serious coin collector knows, sometimes the most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. Stick with me through this video, because by the end, you might just find out that your 1983 Washington quarter could be worth much more than its face value. Now, the Washington quarter has been an iconic part of American currency for nearly a century, having been first introduced in 1932. However, it's not just about the design, it's about the era and the unique characteristics of each coin. The 1983 Washington quarter dollar is part of a fascinating chapter in U.S. coin history, and understanding why this particular coin is so valuable starts with a look at its design and the context in which it was minted. On the obverse of the 1983 quarter, you'll find the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Washington, the first president of the United States, has been featured on the quarter since its introduction, and his profile has become a symbol of American heritage and pride. The design features the words, "Liberty," at the top. "In God We Trust," to the left of Washington's portrait, and the mint year, 1983, proudly displayed below the image. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side showcases a powerful image of the American bald eagle, standing tall with its wings spread wide. The eagle holds an olive branch and a bundle of arrows in its talons, a symbol of peace and strength. The words, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum," surround the eagle, further emphasizing the unity and ideals that this coin represents. But now, you're probably asking, what makes this coin so valuable, especially when it was minted in such a high quantity? Well, let's dive deeper into the key factors that could make your 1983 Washington quarter worth far more than just a few quarters in your change jar. One of the main factors influencing the value of a coin is its rarity. While most coins from 1983 were minted in large numbers, the true value of the 1983 Washington quarter is tied to its condition. Most quarters from this era were used in daily transactions, meaning they have been through the ringer, with scratches, wear, and discoloration. However, coins that are in near-perfect or uncirculated condition are far rarer. If you happen to have a 1983 Washington quarter that has been carefully stored away, kept free from any damage or wear, it could be considered a highly valuable collectible. The next factor that plays a role in determining the coin's worth is the presence of any minting errors or unique features. Coins that have some sort of anomaly during the minting process, such as misprints, off-center strikes, or other inconsistencies, are highly sought after by collectors. These error coins can be worth significantly more than their regular counterparts, especially if the error is rare or unusual. For the 1983 Washington quarter, one of the rarest varieties you might come across is the D/D mint mark error. This error occurred when the mint mark, which indicates where the coin was minted, was struck over another mint mark. The result is a double impression of the mint mark, making these coins particularly desirable to collectors. Finding a 1983 Washington quarter with this type of error can boost its value significantly. Another potential source of value for the 1983 Washington quarter is its silver content. The U.S. Mint used a mix of copper and nickel for quarters minted in 1983, meaning they don't contain silver. However, many collectors are particularly interested in coins from years when silver was still used, especially if they are in pristine condition. The scarcity of silver quarters adds to the allure for those looking to own a piece of numismatic history. So, what exactly is a 1983 Washington quarter worth today? Well, if you've got a well-preserved quarter in near-perfect condition, or even better, one that features a minting error, you're in luck. The value of a 1983 Washington quarter could climb up to $60,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $60,000 for a single coin. That's a huge return for a quarter that was originally worth just 25 cents. Now, I know that might sound unbelievable, but the world of rare coin collecting is full of surprises like this. Many collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins from specific years or with unique characteristics, and a well-preserved 1983 Washington quarter could fit the bill. If you think you might have one of these rare coins, it's worth getting it professionally evaluated. A certified coin appraiser or a trusted coin dealer will be able to examine the coin's condition, look for any errors, and help you determine its true market value. Imagine stumbling upon a coin you've had lying around for years and finding out it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the thrill of coin collecting, and the 1983 Washington quarter is one of those hidden gems that could change the course of your collection. Whether it's an uncirculated version, an error coin, or just a rare find, this quarter has the potential to become a key piece in your numismatic portfolio. Today, we're going to explore a piece of American history that might be sitting right under your nose, a coin that could potentially be worth a small fortune. I'm talking about the 1965 Washington quarter dollar with a mint mark. You might be surprised to learn that this particular quarter holds an incredible value, especially if you've got one in exceptional condition. Stick around as we uncover why this coin is so special and what makes it so highly sought after in the world of numismatics. Now, let's start with a bit of background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, the design has become an enduring symbol of American currency. The obverse features a profile of the nation's first president, George Washington, with the inscription, Liberty, above his head and In God We Trust to the left. Below his profile, you'll find the year of minting, 1965, which is crucial to the coin's story. On the reverse, the design depicts the majestic bald eagle, an emblem of American freedom, strength, and independence. The eagle is surrounded by the words, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one. The reverse design has remained relatively consistent over the years, but there's one key detail that makes the 1965 quarter stand out: its composition. You see, 1965 marked a major shift in U.S. coinage. Prior to this year, quarters were made of 90% silver. But due to a nationwide silver shortage, the U.S. Mint made the decision to reduce the silver content of most coins, including quarters, to just 40%. Instead of silver, these coins were composed of copper-nickel clad. The 1965 quarter is one of the first of this new breed of coins, and that's a big part of why it's so intriguing to collectors today. However, while the 1965 Washington quarter might not contain silver, it still has plenty of value, especially for certain variations. Let's talk about the importance of mint marks and how they can affect a coin's worth. If you have a 1965 Washington quarter with the mint mark, D or S, these coins were minted in Denver and San Francisco, respectively. The mint mark isn't usually a major determining factor for most coins, but in the case of this specific quarter, it can have an impact, depending on the condition of the coin and any unique features. One of the key factors that make the 1965 Washington quarter so valuable is its rarity in top condition. Given that these coins were produced in massive quantities, they were widely circulated and used in everyday transactions. As a result, most 1965 quarters show heavy signs of wear, which dramatically lowers their value. However, if you happen to have one in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, you could have something truly special on your hands. Collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved examples of coins, and the 1965 Washington quarter is no exception. A coin that has been kept in excellent condition, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, is significantly more valuable than one that has been in constant circulation. The demand for high-quality, uncirculated coins like these is strong, and they can fetch impressive prices when sold at auctions or through reputable coin dealers. Another factor that can greatly influence the value of a 1965 Washington quarter is the presence of any minting errors. These mistakes occur when a coin is improperly struck, and they can result in variations that make a coin more unique and desirable to collectors. Common minting errors for the 1965 quarter include things like double strikes, die cracks, or off-center designs. If you happen to own a 1965 Washington quarter with one of these errors, it could be worth far more than a standard coin. For example, a 1965 Washington quarter with an off-center strike or a double die can fetch much higher prices on the market. These error coins are highly prized by collectors because they are so rare, and owning one can feel like hitting the jackpot. So, if you think you have a 1965 quarter with an unusual feature or an error, it's definitely worth getting it professionally appraised. Now, you might be wondering, just how much could your 1965 Washington quarter be worth? The answer really depends on the coin's condition, any errors, and the specific market demand at the time. However, if you happen to have an uncirculated or error-free example, it could be worth a staggering $59,000. Yes, you heard that right, $59,000 for a single coin. It's incredible, right? What was once a simple 25-cent piece could now be worth more than most people's cars or even a down payment on a house. The world of rare coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1965 Washington quarter is one of those hidden gems that can make a serious impact on your collection or finances. So, the next time you're sorting through your coins, take a moment to examine your 1965 quarters carefully. Check for any signs of wear, any unique mint marks, or even those elusive minting errors. If you find something exceptional, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting to explore the fascinating world of rare coins, the 1965 Washington quarter is a great example of how valuable even the most seemingly ordinary coins can be. Make sure to like this video. Today, we've got an exciting and potentially very valuable coin to talk about, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about a 1982 quarter? After all, it's a coin that was in circulation and used for everyday purchases. But let me tell you, this particular coin could be worth far more than its face value, and you won't want to miss out on learning why. Before we dive into the details of its value, let's take a moment to appreciate the history of the Washington quarter itself. First introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter was created to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States. The coin's design has become iconic over the years, with Washington's profile on the obverse side and a majestic eagle on the reverse. However, while the design has stayed largely consistent, the composition and the minting process have evolved over time, and that's where things get interesting. The 1982 Washington quarter is part of a series of quarters minted during the 1980s. By this time, the United States had already shifted from using silver in most of its circulating coinage to using copper-nickel-clad coins. So, unlike the older, silver versions of the Washington quarter, the 1982 quarter is made of a mixture of copper and nickel. While this change made coins more affordable to produce, it also meant that some of the older, silver quarters became much more valuable, which makes the non-silver quarters, like the 1982 issue, a bit more challenging to find with high value. But the 1982 Washington quarter isn't just any run-of-the-mill coin. Like many other coins, its value is influenced by a few key factors: the minting process, the coin's condition, and any special features or errors that might make it unique. Now, you might be asking, what makes this coin so special? What makes it worth looking for in your spare change? Well, that's where the real treasure comes in. One of the key factors that can dramatically increase the value of the 1982 Washington quarter is its condition. Most of the coins from this year were used for everyday transactions, meaning they show signs of wear and tear. However, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rarity. A coin that has never been in circulation, one that remains as shiny and flawless as the day it was minted, is highly sought after by collectors. Coins in this condition are known as uncirculated coins, and they can fetch far more money than those that have been heavily used. The 1982 Washington quarter in excellent condition is truly a gem for collectors. Because so many of these coins were simply spent as regular currency, the chances of finding one that has been carefully preserved or stored away are slim. But if you're lucky enough to find one, it could be worth a lot more than you might think. And it's not just the high-grade condition that makes it special. There's also something else that can elevate its value even further. If you've been collecting coins for a while, you may know that minting errors can significantly increase the value of a coin. These errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, leaving behind a coin that's different from the standard issue. The 1982 Washington quarter is no exception to this rule. Some of these quarters were struck with minting errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or even clashed dies. These errors make the coin more unique, and they're highly coveted by collectors who are looking for rare and unusual pieces to add to their collections. A 1982 Washington quarter with a minting error, especially one that is rare and noticeable, can attract a premium price. In fact, such a coin could potentially sell for much more than the standard issue. So, if you happen to have one of these error coins, it could be worth a small fortune. So, what is the real value of a 1982 Washington quarter? The answer depends on a few key factors, including the condition, rarity, and any special features or errors. But if you happen to find one in perfect, uncirculated condition, or even one with a significant minting error, you could be sitting on something truly extraordinary. The value of a well-preserved, uncirculated 1982 Washington quarter can be staggering. In fact, if you're lucky enough to come across one, it could be worth an astounding $70,000. Yes, you heard that right. $70,000 for a single coin. It's hard to believe that a coin that once only held a 25-cent value could appreciate so dramatically over the years. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. There's always the potential to find something that can change your life. If you think you have a 1982 Washington quarter in exceptional condition or with a minting error, it could be time to get it appraised by a professional. Remember, the world of rare coin collecting is full of surprises, and coins like the 1982 Washington quarter remind us that even the most seemingly ordinary coins can turn out to be extraordinarily valuable. Today, we're diving into a coin that many may overlook, but could be hiding a surprising fortune: the 1998 Washington quarter dollar. This coin may seem like just another piece of modern American currency, but it has the potential to be worth a lot more than you might think. If you're a coin collector, or simply someone curious about rare finds, you're in for a treat. Now, when most people think of Washington quarters, they imagine the usual design: George Washington's profile on the obverse side, and an eagle perched on a branch on the reverse. These quarters, first introduced in 1932, have been produced almost every year since, with slight variations in design and composition along the way. But the 1998 Washington quarter dollar is no ordinary coin. To understand why this specific year holds such value, we have to take a step back and look at the context of coin production during the late 90s. The 1990s marked a period when the U.S. Mint was still primarily producing coins with a standard copper-nickel composition, which was first introduced in the 1960s. While these coins were made to be durable and circulate widely, some years proved to be more significant than others for coin collectors. The 1998 Washington quarter dollar was part of a year where the U.S. Mint struck an unusually low number of quarters in certain types of packaging and distribution. These circumstances led to the production of fewer perfect specimens than anticipated, creating a scarcity in uncirculated versions of the coin. The fewer the number, the higher the demand, and the greater the value, especially for collectors seeking out coins that remain in mint condition. Speaking of condition, this is one of the key factors that can make or break the value of a coin. The 1998 Washington quarter dollar, while widely circulated, has become increasingly rare in pristine condition. Many of these coins went through heavy circulation, meaning they show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and other marks that come from being used in daily transactions. However, if you're lucky enough to find one that's in mint state, meaning it hasn't been used in circulation and still looks as fresh as the day it was minted, it could fetch a pretty penny. Coins in mint state are highly prized because they reflect the quality of the coin at the time it was struck, and collectors pay top dollar for these near-perfect pieces. What makes the 1998 Washington quarter even more valuable is that these pristine specimens are much harder to come by than other years. In fact, a quarter in uncirculated condition can be worth much more than its face value, depending on its grade. Another key element that can enhance the value of the 1998 Washington quarter is if it carries any unique features or minting errors. Mint errors, which occur during the production process, can create rare and one-of-a-kind pieces that are highly desirable in the numismatic world. Errors could include double strikes, off-center impressions, or incorrect die usage, among others. These small mistakes make the coin stand out from others and elevate its worth. As you can imagine, collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rare specimens. If you happen to come across a 1998 Washington quarter with a minting error or in a flawless, uncirculated condition, you may have stumbled upon a real treasure. The price tag for such coins can be astronomical. Now, let's get to the most exciting part of today's video: the value of the 1998 Washington quarter dollar. If you manage to find one of these coins in outstanding, uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, you could be holding onto a coin that could fetch an incredible $75,000. That's right, $75,000 for a single Washington quarter from 1998. It's amazing to think that a coin, which may seem common at first glance, could be worth so much money. This just goes to show the importance of paying attention to the small details when it comes to coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you never know when you might find a coin that could change your life. So, what do you think? Could you have a 1998 Washington quarter in your collection? Or maybe you've spotted one in your pocket change? If you do, be sure to inspect it carefully, because you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Today, we have a truly exciting coin to talk about: the 2017 Washington quarter dollar. While many might not give it a second glance, this particular coin has a fascinating story to tell and could be hiding a treasure trove of value. Stick around to the end, as we'll reveal just how much this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth today. The Washington quarter has been a staple in U.S. coinage for decades, with its iconic design featuring George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse, and an eagle on the reverse. This classic design, introduced in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday, has been minted annually in various forms and with slight variations to mark different milestones in American history. The 2017 Washington quarter dollar, however, stands out for several reasons, especially in the eyes of collectors. While the coin might appear similar to others in its series at first glance, the story behind its creation is what truly sets it apart. In 2017, the United States Mint was continuing its tradition of issuing quarters as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This program, which began in 2010, focuses on honoring national parks and historic sites across the United States, with each quarter featuring a different design representing a specific location. The 2017 quarters were no exception, with the minting of several designs, including those dedicated to sites such as the Ellis Island National Monument in New Jersey and the George Rogers Clark National Historical Park in Indiana. What makes the 2017 Washington quarter particularly interesting is not just its design, but its rarity in pristine condition. While quarters are produced in large quantities each year, not all of them remain in perfect, uncirculated condition. The fact is, most of the 2017 quarters were used in everyday transactions and, as a result, show the usual signs of wear and tear. However, a select few were carefully preserved, untouched by circulation, and remained in mint condition. This is where things start to get interesting. Coins that are preserved in mint state are incredibly valuable to collectors. This is especially true for those that are not easily found in high-grade condition. Coins like these can fetch significant amounts of money, sometimes many times their face value, depending on their quality, rarity, and other factors. Another aspect to consider is the possible presence of mint errors. Mint errors are an anomaly in the coin-making process, where something goes wrong during the minting, resulting in a unique and rare coin. These errors can include double strikes, misaligned dies, or even incorrect designs. If you happen to find a 2017 Washington quarter with such an error, it could be worth much more than you'd expect. Collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for these rare errors, as they are one-of-a-kind pieces that are impossible to replicate. A minting error could add thousands of dollars to the value of the coin, turning an otherwise standard quarter into a prized possession. You might be wondering, how much could a 2017 Washington quarter actually be worth? Well, it depends on a few factors, but if you happen to own one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Some of these coins have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars. And now, the big reveal: a 2017 Washington quarter in excellent condition or with a rare error could be worth an astonishing $72,000. Yes, you've heard that right. $72,000. It's incredible to think that something as simple as a quarter could hold such immense value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with an eye for rare finds, coins like these show just how much the world of numismatics can surprise you. So, if you happen to have a 2017 Washington quarter in your collection, or if you find one in your pocket change, make sure to take a closer look. Check its condition and see if it has any unique features that could increase its value. You just might have discovered a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their fascinating histories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!